Good evening. President Bongbong Marcos is confident that the impeachment complaint against him will not prosper. Lawyer Andre De Jesus filed an impeachment complaint before the House of Representatives on Monday, January 19. The complaint cited 6 grounds, including the president's alleged involvement in a 2025 corruption scheme in relation to unprogrammed appropriations. In an interview on Tuesday, January 20, Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary Claire Castro says she was able to talk with the president regarding the matter.
Natanong ko na po siya personal. Sabi po niya, hindi naman po siya nababahala. Dahil alam po niya na wala siyang ginawa na impeachable offense na maaaring masabi na siya ay dapat managot. Alam po niya, muli, siya naman ay nagtatrabaho nung naaayon sa konstitusyon at naaayon sa batas.
Castro says President Marcos is confident that the impeachment complaint against him will not prosper. The palace earlier said it respects Congress's mandate in the first ever impeachment complaint filed against President Marcos. The palace also said that the president remains confident in the strength of the country's democratic institutions. Malacanang slams claims of Davao City 1st District Representative Pulong Duterte that the impeachment complaint against President Bongbong Marcos is supposedly a mere scripted distraction. An impeachment complaint was filed against President Marcos on Monday, January 19, over his alleged involvement in a 2025 corruption scheme concerning unprogrammed appropriations, among other issues. However, Duterte, in a Facebook post on Monday, was quick to question the motive behind the move, describing it as a tactic to divert attention away from the corruption issue. In a briefing on Tuesday, January 20, Presidential Communications Officer Claire Castro asked if the palace had anything to do with the alleged scripted impeachment complaint. She says,
Definitely none. Kaya nga sabi natin, hindi po tayo sangkot sa anumang pagplanta ng ebidensya katulad ng ginawa ng kanyang ama. Sila lamang po yata ang sanay sa ganon. So sa panahon po ni Pangulong Marcos Jr., nirerespeto po natin ang konstitusyon, ang proseso at ang due process.
Castro likewise denies Duterte's statement that the lawyer who filed the impeachment complaint against President Marcos was the same lawyer who represented First Lady Liza Arneta Marcos in a disbarment case against lawyer Glenn Chong.
Kung ang sinasabi niya ay ang nagsamparaw ng kaso ay abogado na nagrepresent kay unang ginang or First Lady Liza Marcos, yan po ay walang katotohanan. So sana po ay matapos na ang pagiging source of fake news ng mga kaalyado nila. Dahil ang First Lady po ay hindi po nagsasampa ng disbarment case, hindi po niya abogado ang nasabing nagsampa ng impeachment complaint sa Pangulo.
Former Senator Bong Revilla Jr. is currently detained at the Quezon City Jail male dormitory in Payatas. The Sandigan has ordered the detention of Revilla following his surrender on Monday evening, January 19. Revilla surrendered to authorities after the Sandigan issued a warrant of arrest for the former senator, along with 6 Department of Public Works and Highways individuals in relation to infrastructure project anomalies in Pandi, Bulacan. The former senator arrived at Quezon City Jail on Tuesday, January 20, shortly after undergoing processing before the Sandigan Bayan. According to the anti-graft court, Revilla shall not be moved, removed, transferred, or otherwise released unless ordered by the court. However, the camp of Revilla has filed an appeal seeking his transfer to the Philippine National Police Custodial Facility, citing security threats. The arraignment and pre-trial for Revilla and other DPWH officials implicated in the case are scheduled on January 23. The court will also hear the motion and his transfer on the same date. Revilla is facing charges of graft and malversation of public funds through falsification of public documents before the Sandigan 4th and 3rd Divisions, respectively. Former Senator Bong Revilla Jr. posted bail in connection with his graft charge related to the anomalous 92.8 million pesos infrastructure project in Pandi, Bulacan. Revilla is facing charges of graft and malversation of public funds through falsification of public documents before the Sandigan 4th and 3rd Divisions. Revilla on Tuesday, January 20, posted bail amounting to 90,000 pesos for the graft charge before the 4th Division Clerk of Court. However, his malversation case is non-bailable. This means he cannot be released on bail while the malversation case is pending before the anti-graft court. Revilla is detained at the Quezon City Jail, a male dormitory in Payatas, following the order released by the Sandigan Bayan on Tuesday. Aside from Revilla, 6 Department of Public Works and Highways officials are also facing the same charges over the 92.8 million peso flood control project in Bulacan. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.